Metz against Bordeaux at the Stade Saint-Symphorien. Metz with the worst goal-scoring record in the French Championship, just 16 goals in 23 games scored against Bordeaux, without an away win since November, and a truly awful away record, Bordeaux, despite the fact they're up in 6th place in the Championship, just 2 wins away from home in 11 games all season, and they were up against it early on. Metz belying their lowly position and almost taking the lead there. Joseph Desiree Job with the effort. That was Bastien with the ball through. Jonathan Jaeger, the top scorer, couldn't force either of the efforts home. Well, you know about the Bordeaux coach. Bordeaux, 2 wins, 1 draw and 3 defeats in their last 6 games. It's been patchy form by them. Attacking there, only for Pauletta to weakly stab the effort wide. Not the sort of clinical finishing we've come to expect from him this season. But at the other end, Metz not overawed by the lofty reputations of their visitors. Jonathan Jaeger bursting through there, their top scorer. The effort eventually driven into Ulrich Rame's side netting. Bordeaux struggling to deal with the aerial threat that Metz posed up front. 5 wins and 5 defeats, 1 draw in 11 home matches this season. Still pushing forward for the opening goal. Jeremy Clement with the effort, just touched round by Rame. And when the corner came in from Bastien, Rame got in all sorts of trouble, and the ball was forced home by Joseph Desiree Job, the Cameroonian who'd won his place in the Metz starting lineup here ahead of Skatchenko, the Russian, and driving home the opening goal in the 36th minute. That made it 1-0 to Metz. As the rain and snow came down, Bordeaux pushed forward. Unable to get on the target on that occasion, though. Cross came in, and it was a good one. Only for the ball to come off the shoulder, if anything, of Pauletta. Well, it just shows you how torrid the weather was in Metz. 17th place at the start of play, Metz, 2nd bottom, and really would have scored a second goal that would have secured some much needed points. Good performance really from the home side in this match, but they were to fall victim to something of a smash and grab raid from Bordeaux in the closing stages. That was Gerard Batical, the captain, being forced wide. This time it was Metz's turn to scramble in their own goal mouth. And Vikash Doroso's effort deflected wide eventually. But Bordeaux began to pick up the pace in the second half. Pauletta through, and goal number 21 of the season. The Portuguese striker's scoring record has been quite sensational. This Bordeaux's 26th goal of the season. Pauletta scored 21 of them. The equaliser on 72 minutes. Attacking with their captain Gerard Batical. Good left-footed ball into Job. Couldn't get any purchase on the header though, safely into the arms of Ulrich Rame. Dugarry's flick on at the other end to Forletta, such a live wire Forletta. Back to Dugarry, and when the ball came across, what a tidy finish there from Vikash Borisov. His first goal for Bordeaux since joining from Lyon, and that would wrap up a priceless 3 points for Bordeaux. This goal coming with 7 minutes to play, and furthers Bordeaux's chances of claiming a UEFA Cup place. Despair for Metz. Although still they stood forward and felt they should have had a penalty in the closing stages. Batical's cross came in. Rame had to touch it over the top, but it finished Metz 1, Bordeaux 2. Only a third away win of the season for Bordeaux and a first since November. Vital win for them. Despair though for Metz. Well, the visit of top of the table Lens to Montpellier. Lens have seen their lead eroded in the last couple of weeks. Just 2 points the gap now between Lens and Lyon, who of course weren't playing on the Saturday. But Lens badly needed a result at the Stade de la Mosson and were threatening as early as the opening seconds. El Hadji Diouf couldn't believe that the goalkeeper came to the rescue there. Rudy Rieu. Stéphane Pedron has had an excellent season in the Lens midfield. He was at the hub of everything good that they produced. Ferdinand Colli with the overlap. He wasn't needed. The effort from Charles-Edouard Corridon tipped over by Rieu. They've been top of the French League for 16 weeks now, Lens, since day 11 in fact, and have the best away record in the Championnat. Won 7 matches from 12, just 3 defeats away from home, but they conceded a penalty there. Player brought down Fode Mansare. But oh dear me, awful penalty. Montpellier squandering a great chance to go into the lead. Cedric Barbosa with possibly one of the worst efforts of his career. A gilt-edged chance for the hosts wasted. They are in 8th place, Montpellier, or at least were coming into this match, and were boosted there by the dismissal of Ferdinand Colli for 2 yellow cards, but without a win in 6 games prior to this one, Montpellier, 3 draws and 3 defeats. Having said that, defending a decent home record, only 1 defeat all season at the Stade de la Mosson. El Hadji Diouf there, giving Lens the lead, though in the final minute of the half. His first in 8 games, El Hadji Diouf, the Senegalese striker, who was on Nations Cup duty, of course, over the last month or so. A goal that will please that man there, Joël Muller, the Lens coach. That made it 1-0 in the 44th minute, so into the second half now. And a second goal drilled home quite beautifully by Stéphane Pedron. His 3rd goal of the season. 66 minutes gone, and it set Lens up for a vital victory. Well, interesting free kick manoeuvre that almost worked wonders there. Quite wonderful save from Guillaume Varmus to come to the rescue. But with Lens defending their 2-goal lead, it was all Montpellier in the closing stages. And eventually Pascal Fougier drove the ball home with 2 minutes left, but it was not to be enough for Montpellier. Lens running out 2-1 winners here, an excellent result in the circumstances, and it restored their 5-point cushion at the top of the table. That is, of course, before Lyon play on the Sunday, but Lens just enjoying this result. A real mid-table battle, patchy form from both sides of late. Rennes with only 1 win in their last 6 matches. Indeed, they've drawn their last 3. Bastia, 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats. Rennes in the red here, going close early on. That was quite some strike from Olivier Monterrubio. Just wide as well. Christophe Leroux prompting in the middle of the park for Rennes. Causing problems, and really should have taken the lead through Severino Lucas. At the other end, Bastia showing some nifty options up front, and the ball just being deflected wide there. It was a driven-in cross, and Nicolas Diouz with the effort that was deflected just wide. Good at surging play in the middle of the park from the captain Nalis. 32 minutes gone here, and the referee Michaud Moulin pointing to the spot. Fabien Debet, the Rennes goalkeeper, adjudged to have fouled Tony Varel, and indeed it was the ex-Bordeaux man who stepped up to convert the penalty. 32 minutes gone. Varel's 10th goal of the season, his 2nd in as many matches, and that gave Bastia a 1-goal advantage. They won here last season, Bastia 2-1, and were confident of repeating the feat, but Rennes came straight back at them though. Severino Lucas and Olivier Monterrubio involved, and what a sensational strike that was from Severino Lucas. One of the goals of the season. A truly wonderful shot from the Brazilian striker. Just 22 years old, Lucas, and that hauled at Rennes level 2 minutes before the interval. Well, as fog descended on the Stade de la Route de Lorient, Rennes went close early in the second half, forcing the young Bastia goalkeeper Nicolas Peneteau into heroics. Well, splendid play on the left side of the Rennes defence, and when the ball was played in, the goal was scored by Tasfau Maulida. 2-1 Rennes, 56 minutes gone, and they were on their way to a vital 3 points. Diouz though feeding the ball through to the far side. Bastia looking for the equaliser. The ball didn't reach Varel on the far post. It was the right idea though from Michael Essien, who in turn was guilty of a trip on Monterrubio that resulted in his red card close to the end. Tony Varel in the thick of things for Bastia. Not on target with that effort though. Rennes really did outfight their opponents in the second period in the middle of the park. Monterrubio and Severino Lucas in the middle look for the pullback, but decent goalkeeping from Peneteau. Stopping the attempted ball across the face of goal by Christophe Leroux. Delight for Rennes here.